So you wanna disrespect anime, huh? Pathetic. Think again.
Hello everyone, I am Left, and if you couldn't tell from that intro clip, I'm going to be reviewing Vainglory's newest hero, Kensei, today, and yeah, I saw how he looked, I played him, I looked at his ultimate and his sword, and you know I had to do it to him. That intro clip, it fit too perfect for the nature of this new hero. But yeah, we're going to be reviewing Kensei today, going over his abilities, me giving my thoughts on all of them, how does he feel to play, what position does he go in, and what do I build on him, most importantly. So yeah, let's talk about his perk, Immovable Mind. So Immovable Mind means that every 3 basic attacks that Kensei does, he gets a barrier upon the 3rd one. Now this barrier scales with level. It's 30 to 140 at level 12, but it also scales with 0.5% of his bonus weapon power. The second component of Immovable Mind is that he gets plus 40% weapon power, and then multiplied by the target, or plus the target's max health multiplied by 1/3% of his bonus weapon power. So what this means is, I probably did the math wrong is what it means, but it also means that he deals more damage to tanky heroes than he deals to squishy heroes. So if he deals like 500 damage to a Petal with 1 basic attack, he'll deal like 700 damage to a Finn with the same basic attack. So this makes Kensei really strong against tankier heroes, especially in 1v1 duels. So I'm sure you already know what his abilities are, but in order I'm going to give you my initial thoughts on them. Lotus Strike feels a little bit awkward because of its short range, that's his first ability, but it's actually really good for spamming in fights and stacking Breaking Point. The only thing is, like, in the thick of a 5v5 fight, spamming Lotus Strike, I find it hard to stay focused on the same target with basic attacks after I'm done using Lotus Strike, but maybe that's just because I'm bad. Kensho, his B, is really actually a fun ability, and it's really good for setting up combos. You should use it whenever you want to, like, get a kill within the next 2 seconds of using it. Because once you use Kensho for 2.5 seconds, your Lotus Strike travels farther and slows, and your ult stuns. So this makes it really good for comboing up with your other abilities. Kensho, though, is a really unique ability, and we haven't really seen anything like it before in Vainglory. I haven't really been using the fortified health that you gain from it at all, but that's just because I've been canceling it with an ability, like, you know, before the fortified health has a chance to generate. And then lastly, let's talk about Path of the Ronin. This ability is just like pure fun. Like, I love this ability. It's so fun to use. It's so satisfying to get kills with. It's really good for initiations. I've had a few times where I've been playing against a CP Kestrel as Kensei. So what you do is you stack your Kensho stance off of the support, and then as soon as you see the CP Kestrel appear, you ult on her, and then that stuns her, and maybe she blocks that. If she blocks that, then you instantly go in with Lotus Strike and knock her out of invisibility before she has time to shoot. So with this, Kensei is really good against those backline mage heroes that you know, like, have trouble diving and stuff like that. So if there's a Celeste in the backlines that you just can't get to, have your team back you up, go in with Path of the Ronin, and you'll be able to find her. Okay, so moving on, how does he actually feel to play? I think he feels a little bit awkward if you're not very good at, like, up-close melee heroes, but once you've played him for a little bit, he's actually really fun. Like I said before, he's pretty good against all of the different mage heroes that don't want to be jumped on by melee heroes. More so than heroes like Rona or even something like Ozo. Now, he's not going to be like beating out Blackfeather and Krull for sticking power, but he is like a good hero to fit that niche. So tying into this would be, where does Kensei go position-wise in 5v5? I think he can go either in top or bottom pretty well. And this depends on where you want to, this depends on where you want to put him, but where you want to put him should depend on what he's playing into. if they're playing a captain type build Adagio with a Storm Crown, you want Kensei to be playing into that guy because he can destroy that guy with his perk. Now, if they have a Petal in one lane and a Rhyme in the other lane, you want to put Kensei on the Rhyme so that he can deal that extra damage with his perk. I don't really think he would go very well in jungle just because I don't know if he would be able to get the items that he can, especially in a solo queue game, because jungle and solo queue is just oof. You have everybody stealing your camps, nobody knows any rotations, and it's just horrible. So I would avoid playing him in jungle because you'll probably be level 7 at 12 minutes and only have like one item. So lastly, I want to talk about what I'm building on Kensei. Right now, here's what I'm building on him. Spell Sword, Breaking Point, and Monocle. Spell Sword just because I want Lotus Strike to be on as short of a cooldown as possible, and I also don't want to run out of energy because Weapon Power Heroes running out of energy is not a good thing. I haven't really built any lifesteal on him because I feel like I can leverage my perk barrier and my ult escapability to not die in fights. Now, I didn't mention this before, but Path of the Ronin is actually really useful for just escaping over a wall if you can. But yeah, so I'm building Spell Sword first, then Breaking Point, then Tyrant's Monocle. And then if I have like a ton of money left over, maybe I buy a Poison Shiv if they have a lot of healing. If they don't have a lot of healing, then I would just buy another Monocle. Once you start stacking that Breaking Point, you can really do some work with Kensei's Lotus Strikes and his ultimates. So yeah, that's my review of this new hero, guys. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you all later.